back, everybody, to another episode of the Undisputed Combo Podcast with Shadowhaunt Joker, that dude Colby, the El Toro Fuerte, and our friend, the Unfound Prodigy, will be joining us hopefully at some point. I think one of you guys were able to revive him, right? No? Maybe?
I'll use Will, don't worry.
All right. We hope you guys have had an amazing week. I know I've had a fun week, had some interesting conversations, and, I'm just glad to be back on the best podcast with the best crew around, the best card right here, Mystic Mind.
Wrong.
Hey, Colby, that's the best looking headset I've ever seen.
Listen, right. This is one of the best, the actual best gaming headsets around. It's the Astro A40.
See? Nothing but the best here on the Undisputed Combo Podcast. All right. So let's start things out with shout outs. Now, I have a few. Colby, you got any you want to mention this week?
Not too many, because I want to shout out Salmon Great Rage to destroy the Mystic Line that's on your screen.
Yeah, bring it. All right, Salmon Great Rage. Joker.
I just want to shout out to a very special person, also known as Bumblebee. Hey, here's looking at you, kid.
Bumblebee. All right, I'm going to take a sip of tequila for Bumblebee. If you're underage, don't drink. Remember the rules.
Don't worry, they're of age.
All right.
I have not energy drink this time, but some carbonated water.
There you go.
Carbonated flavor water.
Cheers. All right. So my shout outs, Duelian TV, brother Duelian. If you guys like Digimon content, go check out Duelian. If you like Digimon content, check out Shadowhaunt Joker as well. All right. Duelian TV. Burial Ground Podcast, Wrestling Mark. Love your show, man. If you guys are into wrestling, if you hate wrestling, either way, check him out. He's got a lot of interesting things to say. There we go. Tongue-tied.
The best things to say.
Yes. Follow him on Twitter. He's getting a ton of heat, and he's purposely trolling people, tricking everybody. Or is he? Is he crazy? Does he know what he's doing? Tune into the Burial Ground Podcast to find out what's next from Wrestling Mark. Another shout out. Mystic Mind shout out, baby. Yeah.
No.
Oh, no. They're denying me. Another shout out to my brother, Quad Deuce, for all the amazing reface videos that you keep sending me that I keep putting on Instagram. Love it. At first, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. But now I embrace it. I look forward to them. And I'm excited because I agree with you. My face does fit well with a lot of those, which is kind of strange. And last but certainly not least, shout out to Easy Mahe. Man, Easy Mahe hooked it up with someone just out of nowhere, just mailed all these amazing cards. I got a Rush Duel card. I got a Digimon card and all kinds of other cards. So Easy Mahe, thank you so much for all that you do. And thank you for the cards. I appreciate it. All right. What's new, guys? I'm going to start off what's new because I got three things here. One of them, I'm kind of excited, but kind of on Masters of the Universe Revelation. I was very excited. I've read some of the spoilers, which was a mistake. I'm kind of on the fence.
Why?
I'm going to watch it anyway, but I'm not liking what I'm hearing. So hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm going to try and go in with an open mind. Masters of the Universe Revelation. Tonight's the night. Starts tonight. It's already here. I think it was at midnight or whatever. But
oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll be checking it. Dune, the movie Dune. Holy crap. I saw the preview, the trailer to that. Looks amazing. Just everything about it looks amazing. So I cannot wait for that. And then my shout out to Big Bad Toy Store. I got my Macross miniatures game finally came in. This was pre-ordered months ago and they shipped it out and it arrived here safely. So I'm looking forward to playing that. Colby, anything new on your end?
Nothing too much that's going on. Just building up what I've already been building up on for a good while now.
All right.
I'm using 10E.
Yeah, 10E. Best 10E deck around, baby. Joker. What do we got, man? What's new?
3P. Three-time champion.
Yeah.
Looks like Kneecapper's here to stay.
Hey, the champ is here. That's right, man. all you Digimon players that are out in go ahead, tell them where you play, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at Flipside Gaming in Clifton Park. Come on over. We're always open. We want to play every Tuesday, 6:30. Be there or be square.
That's right. Nice work, man. Congratulations. I love seeing that progress, and I like seeing people win. Some can almost say you're the best at the store. You have the best Digimon deck.
The best budget Digimon deck.
Best budget Digimon deck. We need to see that profile after you win a few more tournaments. We don't want to give out the secrets just yet. So, right. All right. Let's transition. Yu-Gi-Oh! OTS 17. The packs. We saw Infinite Impermanence and the Soldier of Chaos are going to be in there. Now, that's pretty cool. But again, who knows what the prices are going to be, right?
Absurd.
Colby, what are your thoughts on that initially?
I understand both cases. Soldier of Chaos is just is a really, really strong link monster, and essentially when it hits the board, it's going to be really hard to remove, assuming that you get it out with a level 8 or higher. Impermanence is not a surprise. Impermanence is definitely going to be being seen in way more decks now that Flundereese is going to become a thing. Yeah. So getting it as a ultimate rare is just Konami trying to make more money off of this, which is understandable. But at the same time, God damn it.
God dang it, man. Yeah.
I was like, okay, when I was rebuilding, I was like, okay, I'll get triple impermanence for the future. I mean, it can't be that much, right? $20 per copy.
Yeah.
Or up to 30, and I think it's at 40 now.
You know what card's not afraid of infinite impermanence? Mystic Mine!
That's cool. Hey, have you heard of new cyber support?
Yes, I have. And before we get into that, Joker, tell me your thoughts on this OTS 17 impermanence and Chaos Soldier, Soldier of Chaos Darkness, whatever they.
Yeah. Okay. As far as it goes with the Soldier, I'm looking forward to getting one myself. Mm-hmm. As far as it's the Infinite Imperm, I'm going to pass because I already got 1 gold foil and 2 from Duel Overload. So it's like, to me, if I pulled one, it'd just go on the binder to look shiny.
Yeah.
Besides, everybody knows I ain't afraid of no permanence.
I like it. I like it. Solemn judgment. That's the way to go, guys.
Yo.
All right. Yes, Colby, Meutering. We talked about it a little bit last week. We mentioned you. We mentioned Mystic Mine. Mystic Mine's not scared, man, but go ahead. Spill it, man. What are your plans for Meutering?
Instantly going to be at least 1 copy in Salads as, well, A, Cyber's monster, so we can easily get it out. B, our field spell is useless during our opponent's turn, so it doesn't matter that it's negated anyways. C is level 4, so if we need it as Xyz material, here we go. It's already ready. D is searchable, since we run sign up mining, you can potentially draw it if you're running Flame Buffalo. Mm-hmm. And that's just in Salamangreat alone. With Ignisters, you could potentially put it at 1 copy again, since again, your field spell is useless on your opponent's turn, so it doesn't matter if it's out. Use it to get up into more links, so it's a potential extender. Mm-hmm. For Marincess, 0. Your field spell is needed. Mm-hmm. And if you get in your opponent's turn, you're essentially shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Code Talker doesn't use one, and neither does a Math Mech. So in case of the Cyber Sex I plan making, you could potentially add a field spell to them, but it's going to be kind of like, what's the point? So I would see it as maybe side decking in case your opponent plays a certain field spell that could be an issue. So like for example, obviously Mystic Mind, Dinosaur, Invoked / Shadal with Magical Meltdown. Anything that could potentially be a issue during our turn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is going to be very helpful. And then for decks that need level 4s and extensions, the Salamangreat, Code Talkers, whatever it may be, here you go. We have it. Even MathNet can use this. It's level 4, so as long as you get another level 4 tuner, then bam, you already have the level 8, or God save you that you have another level 4, in which case now you have 12. Here's Final Sigma.
Perfect. Well, thank you for that in-depth analysis. That was one of the best in-depth analysis that I've heard today about Meutering, the new Yu-Gi-Oh card coming up soon.
One more thing I want to do note is that it doesn't lock you in anything. It doesn't really stop you for anything. So being that it's completely generic, you could potentially run this in any other deck as long as you don't care about your field spell getting negated during your opponent's turn.
Did someone say generic?
You could actually, well, some people may actually believe that you would lose your send this card to the graveyard instead effect during your opponent's turn. You wouldn't lose that effect because it's a instead effect. So it just changes out. So yeah, you could potentially run this in War Rock.
Just make it short.
Nice.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. The field spell effect of like destroying it instead of your monster is not an activated effect. So it would just go to the graveyard instead. It's similar to Balinix and some other cards where like let's say you call by the grave on Balinix and you have 2 Balinix in the grave, even though it says it would negate Balinix effect, banishing it to protect your Salamangreat monster would not be negated because it's not an actual effect. It's just an instead of issue.
Gotcha.
Good ruling. Good call.
All right. Again, thank you, Colby. I'm glad we brought it up again because last week, we had some little bit of a conversation surrounding it. We talked about the effects and everything, and but of course, we leave it to you to bring in the more in-depth analysis. That's that's one of the roles that you play, and we're grateful for that, man. I know I
best analysis.
Yeah, the best analysis.
It's Cyber Monsters, that's already up my alley. And it can stop Mystic Mine. Oh boy, then this is definitely in my alley of something I'm going to learn every little bit about.
It can stop a Mystic Mine, but can it stop 10 Mystic Mines? Good question.
It can, yes. As long as it's on the field, your Mystic Mine's useless.
I'm running 10 Mystic Mines in my latest build, so yeah,
I'll just run 10 Meuturing.
10 Mystic Mine, 30 Pot of Greeds. No, okay.
And one complete set of Exodia.
And 1 Cash Cat. I got my Cash Cat.
I'm only gonna run 35 Pot of Greeds and the 5 pieces of Exodia.
That would be a fun deck to fun duel to play. We'll see how that goes. We'll have to do one of those
like once.
It would be the best Exodia deck ever. I'm going somewhere with this, guys. I really am. I promise. Holy crap!
What's funny? The only sad thing is that it can be stopped.
Yeah.
I have Draw and Lockbird. No more drawing.
True.
Lord.
Yeah.
The only way you can get around that is if you get the 1 in quadrillion chance that you get the 5 pieces in your opening hand.
That would be the best opening hand ever.
It is possible, but what are the chances?
I've only done it once.
Did you sort the deck and that's how you got it?
I shuffled, they cut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was like, wait.
That must have been the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
See, here's how I did it. It's a really good strategy. See, you shuffle your deck, take 5 pieces out, put it on the top purposely, and then draw 5. One other thing I want to bring up too before we continue on. Sorry, I kind of just realized this too. It can stop even decks whose field spell kind of only affect their own turns. Like for example, Drytron with their field spell where it says you cannot respond to their ritual spell or the ritual monsters or something like that. Pretty sure it's ritual spells. If they activate their field spell, you can still special summon this during their turn because it only it triggers when a field spell is activated, no matter whose turn it is.
Okay.
So essentially, you can make it to where you can actually start responding to your opponent's stuff. Magical Meltdown during your opponent's first turn, Drytron's field spell during their turn, Mystic Mine whenever you want.
For those of you who are listening, Unfound Prodigy is slowly entering the podcast.
He's in now.
Okay. Before we go any further on this subject, there's one field spell I want to know, can it actually hit or at least postpone? Sky Striker Airspace Area 0. Can it actually do anything on that?
It would negate the activated effect where Aerospace would destroy a card in the field. Now, if Aerospace destroys itself, it will... Let me make sure that Aerospace, that is a cost real quick. I'm pretty sure that is a cost. It would negate the Aerospace. The Aerospace is not a cost to target one other card in the field and then escalate to top 3. So it would negate the Aerospace. Ooh. Even if Aerospace were to target itself, it would still not work.
Nice.
Thank you, Colby. That was the best response I could have asked for.
Got something for Sky Strikers now.
Speaking of the best, Unfound Prodigy. Anything
Un-
else on Meutering, Colby?
Nothing. Nothing really much to discuss on it other than if you're running salads or administers or whatever it is, definitely run at least one copy of it.
Mhm.
Even if it's just side deck, run one copy. It's such a good card. And even though you're going against Mystic Mine, definitely have 3 prepared.
Yes, yes. And you know, I loved it when you guys obviously saw the Mystic Mine videos that I was putting out
Yep,
a
definitely.
week or so ago. Those were a lot of fun, and I plan on I need help, man. So you know, it never ceases to amaze me how much people get upset with Mystic Mine. You hear all the hate and everything. One of the comments in that video, Monte Cristo, commented, Mystic Mine punishes lazy deck builders. It does. It really does. I'm sorry. If you don't want to carry spell trap removal in your side deck, at least, you deserve to lose to Mystic Mine. We talked about it. Mystic Mine's not that hard of a deck to beat. I run it because, again, I want to make people mad. It's my goal right now. If I duel you, I'm going to run Mystic Mine, and I'm going to try and beat you. If I don't, I'm going to make you miserable. So you'll enjoy that victory that much more. Right, Unfound Prodigy? I mean, remember our duel with that horrible Mystic Mine deck that I had? I mean, it just dragged
guys.
on. I wanted it to end. Yeah. I wanted it to be over.
That on this duel. It was frustrating, guys. I feel like you was running 3 copies of Mystic Mine. And that, how many copies are you running? I feel like I cannot get it off the board for some reason. Oh my god, it took forever.
I was only running 3, but yeah, it was brutal. And that was one of my earlier builds. So the ones I have now have a little bit more win conditions, at least, so I can either end it or just get cleaned out completely. But yes, it does punish lazy deck builders. I don't care what you say, what you do, what you are. If you don't have something in your side deck to handle it, if not your main deck, whatever, that's on you. Mystic Mine's not that hard of a card, not that hard of a deck to beat, right? I mean, come on now.
Oh no, it's possible, guys. As long as you have the right cards in your hand, it's possible.
Yeah.
Nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to ban either.
Exactly.
It's annoying though.
Eventually, I mean, the OCG, it's limited to 1, right? In the OCG,
it is.
I'm pretty sure they did the same thing as us, and they limited metaverse and terraforming.
I could be wrong. Could be right, or I could be right. I don't know. We'll see. That means there might be some good things on the horizon for Mystic Mine, the best field spell around.
One does not simply play a deck without any spell and trap removal.
Yes,
it is limited in the OCG. So it seems like OCG has done something correct. Granted, they also have Circle It too, and that's something the TCG needs to do.
OCG has OCD. Right. Thank you, Colby. That was the best response I could have asked for. Okay, guys.
Best response possible is limit Mystic Mine in TCG.
It may get.
I don't think that's going to happen.
But with Meutering, it's not happening because
definitely not. It's Meutering is so splashable. It doesn't lock anything. It's such a good effect that I don't think it's going to actually happen.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll still challenge it. I don't care. Some of you may be wondering why I keep saying the best. If you're listening, if you're watching, I do sound kind of crazy. So recently, I had an interesting comment on one of the videos. Now, I'm not going to name the individual. Don't want to give them any credit, okay? Don't want to start anything. But I had an individual get kind of aggressive almost, had a problem with us using best 10 deck, best whatever deck, best podcast, whatever it is. Now, this individual said, you should learn more about how to play the game more, be happy, have fun playing, blah, 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 blah. Okay. For one thing, okay, you know what? I'm gonna break down the comment because this is actually gonna be kind of fun to do. The comment, best Unchained deck, best Mystic Mine deck, best blah blah blah. We don't know what the best deck is. Instead of creating the best deck, you should play more and learn that there is no best deck. I'm just saying, have fun. I'm tired of influencers creating best decks. I'm not saying this is that, but have fun, play what you want. Well, dang it, sure showed us, guys. What have we been talking about for weeks? Playing what you want. We're all about fun. I'm having fun. I have fun. Colby has fun. Prodigy has fun. Our friend over here, Joker, having fun winning Digimon tournaments. We play what we want. I don't think any of us really play any meta decks. We don't tell you you should play this, you should play that. We're all about fun. We play what we want. I play S-Force for crying out loud. I play Mystic Mind. Come on. Okay. So now that we addressed that, you look silly for saying that for one thing. Now, my response was pretty lengthy, but I'm gonna summarize it, okay? So recently, I've been very, very hyped about this podcast because it's doing well, not only on YouTube, but also on the audio platforms. And I'm having a great time with these three here with the podcast. We've gotten a lot of good feedback. Okay. So I've been doing some reading, figuring out ways to improve the listens or whatever it is, the plays, and also the views on the podcast and for the channel in general, because I want to get these guys exposure as well. Okay. I want to help them out. So what I found out is there are certain keywords that you can use if you place them in a certain spot too, in the title, in the description. You use them in the actual video, that will help you out, because YouTube is essentially a search engine, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's part of Google. So if you go do a Google search, what are people looking for when they're looking for decks? 10U deck, best 10U deck. Do you want to look at the shittiest 10U deck? No, nobody looks at that. They want to see what the best one is. Does it mean it's the best deck? No. Do we think our decks are the best? No. Do we think our podcast is the best? Hell yeah. All right. So anyways, you want to see the decks, okay? Now it's up to the individual. If ours shows up, great. That's part of what we want. We want people to see it. As content creators, one of our goals, I don't know if it's anybody else's goal, we want people to see our stuff. We want people to hear it, okay? That's part of sharing the content, creating it. Otherwise, why do it? I mean, I could talk into the void all I want and whatever. That's a whole nother subject. Anyways, getting back to that, that's the whole point of that. Now, I looked at the numbers and I've shared them with Colby. The statistics show that it is working. Now, a lot of the larger influencers do the same thing. Guess what? It works for them too. People get mad for some reason. I don't know why people have a problem with what we're using as a title as opposed to the actual content. That's what I don't understand. The biggest thing that kind of irritated me is that it was a damn good deck that Colby had worked on and put a lot of thought into. And this individual didn't even have the sense to say, nice deck. All he had was a problem with the word best. Okay. So that's what really kind of irritated me. So I gave him an explanation. He gave me a little cowardly response. I blocked him. I'm done. I don't have time for no drama. So we're going to continue having fun. We're going to continue trying to bring you the best content that we possibly can. We're going to play what we want. To each their own. If you have a problem with a word in the title, don't watch the video. Move on. Go somewhere else. Now, I guarantee you, this individual did not go to the larger channels and do the same kind of rant. You did it, felt comfortable enough to do it to us. And I kind of feel a little bit disrespected because this is the person that I've given cards to. I've given structure decks to as a friendly gesture, as a friend. And it was disappointing. So I'm moving on. See ya. Guys, you're the best.
It's not like we're saying we're God tier.
We are the God tier podcast, though.
Careful now. We might get somebody going, hey, this podcast is God tier. That podcast is God tier. I'm tired of everybody saying that they're God tier.
There's no God tier podcast. Yes, there is. Damn it. You're looking at the God tier podcast.
Just here.
It's Undisputed, guys. The Undisputed podcast.
Yeah. Especially with Undisputed, soon to see with the Goki deck that's going to be uploaded soon.
Yes, the best Goki deck.
Unfound, a little notice. I went to a non-budget version and then I just had Dragoon out with the normal board.
Oh, pretty cool. The Gokis?
Yeah, with
I'm
Goki.
sick and tired of everybody saying that they need Dragoon in every deck.
Yeah, damn it.
Okay, Mystic Mind.
We're having fun, man.
If you're hating on Dragoon, definitely hate on Mystic Mind. That's only fair.
Okay,
hate on Mystic Mind. Bring it. I can handle it.
Can you handle Meutering?
Bring that shit on too. Damn.
I got a login
Storm
and a Doka. I got login and Doka for both of you.
I have Mystical Space Typhoon, Negate.
Negate. Awesome.
If anyone still believes Mystical Space Typhoon negates, please contact me so I can help you.
Well,
is that the uni help, bro? It is.
Help, bro. So let's move on. Thank you so much for listening to that. If you're offended by that, I don't apologize. Just know that I do take pride in the work that we put into this. These guys work hard for their content. Colby puts a lot of thought into his decks, and you know, if you have, again, I don't mind when people disagree. If you disagree, great. Let's have a conversation. Ask me a question. If you're wondering why we use best all of a sudden, ask me a question. Hey, El Toro, I noticed you're using best. Why is that? I will gladly tell you. Teaching moment. I love teaching moments, and that's what I used on my response. So anyways, enough of that. No need to continue. Thank you, guys. You are all the best. Let's move on. We're going to talk about, actually, Joker's going to take this one. We're talking Walmart. We're talking Target, blister packs, ratios. Guys, before you get started, Joker, I see a lot of people still on Instagram going out, buying a crap ton of blisters from Target and Walmart. It still happens. And then they're disappointed. Say, well, I opened up, I bought the whole stack and I didn't get any Starlights, didn't get any collectors. Wonder why. Now, I had no idea. Joker, you brought this to our attention, and it was an eye-opener for me. And you were shocked that I didn't know, but, yeah, hey, there's a lot that I don't know. Joker, take it away, man. What's going on at Walmart and Target with blister packs?
Okay, I got a question for everybody here. I'm going to drop character for a moment. Have any of y'all ever noticed that some of the packs have like the little security thing in it, and sometimes it goes off and then the other ones don't have it?
Yes.
Have y'all ever seen those before?
Yes.
Definitely. I've seen them.
Have you ever noticed that only a certain amount of packs in the blister boxes have them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically, these things are kind of like counters as well. Have you ever seen them actually stock up the little blister section?
No.
No, not me.
None of you have ever seen it?
No.
But y'all have seen that there's boxes there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever notice that at a certain point, when you buy a certain amount, a couple of them will have the counters? Some of these little security things, they tell you, it's like, oh, it's just for in case someone tries to steal the shoplift. Actually, yes and no. They serve also as a counter on them. Basically, it lets them know the beginning of the blister, the middle of the blister, and the end. Sometimes they'll also be like, think of like the lottery tickets that you see people buy. Certain ones have a serial number where it's like, okay, this one's worth this much, this one's worth that much, so that they know and they keep tabs. Now, sometimes like Walmart, a couple other stores, they'll take some of them, and because back in like 2010, they had an issue where people would open the packs, seal them back up, and say, hey, this was damaged, I want to send it back. This was instituted so that they can keep tabs on what was actually open, what was taken out. So let's say Colby will buy like 10 booster packs, and one of the things goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a tag letting them know, all right, this amount of product went out, this amount of product is still here. Some of these products actually has where it's tagged, where it's the most valuable card. And I have numerous times bought some of them with the tags, and I've pulled either a Starlight, Secret Rare, list goes on. Sometimes I don't get them. Mm-hmm. But I've often noticed that when you buy these blisters, like some people will say, I bought 40, didn't happen. Here's the thing. They can actually randomize the order of these because they have on record which ones is which. Some people will sit here and they'll tell you right now, that's not true because I've bought numerous times and I didn't. Look, I've actually worked in retail and I've seen how some people actually do put the blisters in. Mm-hmm. Before they even call and say, hey, go ahead, go to that section, you can buy the cards, they will actually take certain ones out and put certain ones in. They actually have the paperwork that actually shows, all right, these are the serial numbers for which, these are the serial numbers for that. And then you'll notice later on, okay, all the people like scalpers and whatnot will buy them all out. And they'll be like, Well, that's it for the day. Thing is, the first week of every month, we'll just use as an example, they'll order like a certain amount, like 3 to 5 blister boxes worth. They'll put out 2 blister boxes worth the first week. They'll take some of it out from that, put it in with the next one, so on and so forth. That final week, when they're trying to just hurry up and get rid of the stuff, they'll put it in, but they'll mix it in with like other random blisters. Some of those random blisters actually have like secret rares. I literally can prove that. You can see my binders.
Yeah.
It comes from literally me just going in that final week before they just get a new restock, and I'm pulling secret rares, starlights, the list goes on. People sit here and say that locals be scalping their cards or they be trying to rig the system. But the thing is, this has been going on for longer than you think.
Wow.
No one's really been bringing it to their attention because, oh, well, everybody's buying into scalpers. And actually, this is something that's been instituted since Duelist Genesis. I have proof I can literally just show to anybody. I actually work with people that work retail, and keep in mind, I'm in the market watch, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this firsthand. We actually, like in one store that I work, we figured out a way to map certain packs, and we would take those packs out, open up another box, switch those in. I didn't like it because I was just starting out. I've learned this from my old boss that, well, they went out of business, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. They actually did that. And for the longest time, people were getting mad because they're spending hundreds of dollars and they ain't pulling the secret rare.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a thing that does happen. And some people will sit here and say, that's not true. They just do it this way. Then ask yourself this. How many times have you went into a store, dropped $100, $200 on sealed product at like Target, Walmart, anywhere? You only pulled supers. But then someone else goes in the next day when they just start restocking up and they're pulling the ultras, they're pulling the secrets. And then the next day after that, when they finally restock again, someone pulls that starlight. Seriously.
Brings up an interesting thought. Now, my thought hearing this is that maybe there are employees who are aware of this, and they're the ones snagging up the good packs, because there are a couple of people that I follow on Instagram who do this almost weekly. They'll go and they'll have their pictures. They'll have, tons and tons of blister packs. And then at the end, I've shared them with you guys. They said all these blister packs and not a single Starlight Secret Collector, whatever it is, they're disappointed. So I'm wondering if there are others who haven't caught on or who have caught on, who are actually employees at these Walmarts and Targets, and they're snagging up these good cards. Joker, thank you, man. And for those of you listening or watching, Joker really just gave you free secrets to go out there and have a bit, improve your chances. This is a person who's worked retail. He's seen it. He knows that. And take it for what it's worth, whatever you want, but check it out. Try it for yourself. It might work. It might not. And again, we don't know what's going on. Prodigy, you I know you buy your cards I know you visit Targets and that kind of stuff sometimes. What has been your experience when you, I know that the stock has been short, but give us your thoughts on that.
Stock has been short. I have, let's see here, I would buy like 8 packs and all of it would be supers except one, maybe. I would get one ultra from that stack. So, it's definitely hard to pull a secret or a starlight from the blisters I've found. But going back to what Joker said about retail, everyone who's working retail know no matter what store you're in, you always put the good stuff on the side for yourself. So as soon as it comes in, I've heard workers say that are into TCG, like as soon as it comes in, they put like 2 boxes or a stack of blisters aside just for them. So before you even get there, just expect those cards are gone. Just expect it. You might get lucky, but just expect that those cards are gone, especially if they know what Joker knows working there. I mean, hey, you might get lucky, you might not.
And again, it's not a perfect science, right, Joker? I mean, people, even if you know more or less where to look, you're still going to miss them because people still do pull starlights and secrets and all that stuff from those blisters. But I've noticed it hasn't happened a lot lately with the people that I follow. Now, there was an Instagram / Yugioh by the name of the new Yugioh fan. I mean, he's since stopped making content, but for the longest time, he was going out and buying blister packs. He'd go out. This was before the craziness hit and everything, but he was going out and buying a tons of them. And I remember Toon Chaos. He pulled, I don't know how many collector's rares. He ended up in the next set. I forget what it was, but the one we talked about last week with the 10,000 dragon, he pulled that. And he also pulled the crazy Utopia card, the Astral Utopia card, I think is what it's called. He had those now, but after that, his luck stopped as people started to buy more and more, and the craziness started. And he was buying all these blisters, and he wasn't pulling what he used to.
I will say this though, because some stores, like I think Colby said, his store doesn't do this. Quite a few of the stores will not have their cards tracked like that. There's a couple of Targets and stuff like that. They don't track them, but a majority of places that have like big buyouts will actually track their cards. They actually will have like the paperwork and everything. It'll have like a list of this product is this product is that. They actually will know which products is which, and they will actually have certain ones that are tagged. Now, to the people that will believe me and say, yeah, I've actually noticed this, mainly they're doing this because Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been bought out like crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess this is their way of trying to slow down scalpers and whatnot, but at the same time, it's hurting the actual people that play.
Yep.
Now, to the ones that don't believe me and they think he's just trying to do some weird conspiracy theory, ask yourself, when was the last time you sat down, spent $40 in packs, and you actually got your money's worth? If you did it recently, fine, congrats. But have you ever noticed beforehand you were either just getting nonstop supers or nonstop bulk? And yet here it is, it's like, well, maybe it's supposed to be all random and whatnot. Don't you think it's kind of strange that you're just getting nonstop supers? Heck, once before, I bought 10 booster packs. I had the same super rare 7 times. 7 times.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, that's not even possible. So I went back like 2 days later when they were restocking it, pulled Starlight. It was back when Eternity Code happened. So that should tell you something.
And that's a great point. Again, it's more prevalent now, and people are more in the know, especially people who may work there. You're going to see scalpers piling up near the card section. As an employee, I'm thinking, maybe I should get in on some of that. Opportunistic, right? And you figure out the system. Somebody knows something in that store, the veterans, whatever, can pass it on. They can tell you, you figure it out eventually, Joker, right? I mean, it was passed on, whatever it is, the knowledge is there. Now, in Colby's instance, I know, Colby, you've pulled secrets. You pulled some pretty amazing cards. Don't tell anybody where your stores are, Colby.
Dude, I tried to get some of the King's Court because I usually just get 1 or 2 packs whenever a new set comes out, just because that's what I usually do. And dude, it's been out of stock ever since the day it came out. So I mean, like,
share the pain.
And I can't wait
listening, Joker likes to show cards depending on what we're talking about. So he's had a little nice share the pain card. I used to like that card. It was actually fun.
I can't wait for not Dawn of Majesty, for Burst of Destiny, and not being able to get a single pack. That's all right. I'm just gonna mostly get singles. All I'm really after is Zhang Jian, the swordsman. Meutuering, surprisingly, who knew I was going after the Cyber Scat? There was one other card in there too. I think Flunderies. I'm going to do Flunderies with the Denny Zinging. That's going to be, and that's a process and a half.
I mean, that's if the cards are available at the stores, guys. That's if you get
they won't be. I can already tell you this right now. I can go to the Target. I can go to both Walmarts I have. There's not going to be a single pack available.
Yeah.
At least, and it sucks because I actually have the money now because a little more personal. I have a free ride through college this year, finally.
Yes, congratulations. Yes, great work, man. I remember you were sharing that information, and so congratulations, Colby's kicking ass in college, getting those scholarships.
It was I showed you guys in updates. It was like the first time, like, okay, this time I only have to pay 200 tuition. This is great. And then an update, like, guys, I actually may not need to pay for tuition, but I will need books. And another update, guys, I have a full ride now. It was just update after update.
Take it.
Well, who am I to complain?
Can't complain. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely not.
Congratulations, man. And then, hey, good things come to good people. What comes around goes around. Karma, good karma. Keep going, man. And those of you who, you just be your best in life, in Yu-Gi-Oh, in school, whatever it is, just be your best and good things will come to you. Don't expect them, but they will.
May I just add one thing?
Yes, please do.
This is something that I was told as a child. So it's an old saying. Belief or disbelief, it's up to you. But at the end of the day, if you feel that it's the right thing, listen. If it's not hitting, don't listen. Maybe it's something else. But if what I'm telling you is something that I've come from with experience, there might just be a tiny bit of truth. Until then, take it with a grain of salt. That way, no harm, no foul, right?
Yeah. I like that. Whether you can or you can't, you're probably right. That's what I learned. That was my version of that I learned. Whether you can or you can't, you're probably right. Whether you think you can or you think you can't. Sorry. I guys, if I told you my age, yeah, don't worry about it. I got a lot going up here in this brain. Anyway, so thank you for all that. Hey, Joker, I like your shirt, man. Black Panther. Now, I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. Can we confirm that they're actually making a sequel to Black Panther?
I hope not.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they are. I think they're gonna work out the alternate universe, parallel universes, and try to bring him back as another character. I think that's what they're gonna do.
I was gonna say,
just make it Umbaku.
I would.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Have Umbaku.
I would hope that they would maybe, I like the alternate universe. I mean, the Black Panther character is amazing. It's really cool, but hopefully they do it right. And I hope they do it right.
I was to say, I hope so too, because you guys did hear about the actor who originally played Black Panther, right?
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm like, I hope they don't, because if they mess it up, then that's going to be a really bad look on it.
I know.
They will. What Disney cares about. Well, I used to think Disney cared about money, but they care about other things. We're not going to get into that right now. So, but yes, I am a fan of Black Panther.
They already. If you guys want to know how Disney works, take a look at the Star Wars duels before and after Disney took over. Yeah, Toro already knows what I'm talking about. I've seen the original Star Wars. I was a kid when I watched that.
This makes me appreciate the prequels more.
I heard a rumor about that. I know it's off topic, but I want to bring this up. But the original Star Wars battles, there was one scene where they had to slow the cameras down slow because the two actors practiced it that much.
Prequels, I love the prequels. I'm a prequels fan. I read almost every book of the expanded universe. The new movies, I refuse to acknowledge. I'm sorry. If you disagree, that's great. Disagree. If you like them, have fun, watch them all you want. My shirt.
Not for you.
You guys like wrestling? Chris Evans, the king of AZ. Now, this is an old shirt. I got to get a new one, but he's an independent wrestler. And tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, he's going to be wrestling somebody by the name of Lawrence Tyler. He's going to whip Lawrence Tyler's ass. Chris Evans. Awesome guy. He actually has a YouTube channel too. He plays a lot of video games. He does like drunk game, drinks with his buddies and plays, but he's actually a pretty good gamer. Awesome wrestler too. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. Let's move on. We have big news in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, right, guys? I mean, I think everybody knows where we're going with this. The new game, what is it? Master Duel.
Master Duel, guys. Master Duel. Yeah.
How can you not be excited about that? Prodigy, you joined us late. Talk to us, man. What do you know about it? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Give us the scoop.
All right, so everybody knows there was this big event, the Digital Next for Yu-Gi-Oh, and they revealed a whole bunch of games, but everyone is focusing on this Master Duel game that's coming out. Apparently, it's the official Yu-Gi-Oh simulator. At least that's what it looks like. And it looks pretty amazing. I gotta say, the presentation was done pretty well for cards slamming on a board. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it, but it looked beautiful. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a great game for the community. Hopefully, Konami doesn't shut down every other simulator when this comes out. I'm hoping. And also, I mean, I think everyone's question is, how are the cards going to be distributed when you get the game?
Yeah.
So I go back to you guys.
Yeah. Colby, you want to, I mean, I don't know how much you've had to look at. I haven't looked in too much detail on it, but I have seen a lot of speculation and people making their predictions about it. But I'm curious to get your thoughts first.
Just ultimately depends on how it's going to act on kind of a near launch. If it looks like it's going to be a pay to play type thing or pay to win, like certain open packs, get these certain cards, yada yada yada, then I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a flop, and where people are going to go back to the old, the current systems that we have, especially with like dueling book and whatnot.
Yeah,
it's because there's also sometimes rulings that you can't really automate. There's rulings that you need an actual judge for. Some like dueling book would be perfect.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I feel like if you're looking like a pure automated system, assuming that it's completely free, then yes. Like don't worry, like when I say completely free, I mean like you're probably gonna need to buy it for the Switch or the Xbox, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like once it's there, you don't need to do microtransactions or whatever like that. It might be a really good automated system.
Well, and that brings up an interesting point. You said if it doesn't work out, then they might go back to the, whatever it is next, this dueling book. And Prodigy brought up an interesting point too. What if Konami decides, hey, we're shutting all you guys down? They have the money, they have the lawyers behind them, the attorney, whatever it is, to do that. They have the power to do that, to shut them down, by threatening them. So it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out. And Joker, you got that look on your face. I want to hear what you have to say.
I don't know why, but I keep thinking of the big five whenever we say Konami, and I'm like, I want to duel Nesbitt. I'm sorry. My mind was just, okay, we're talking about this game system, and it's for the PS4, the PS5, and all this stuff, and why am I hearing Nesbitt's theme? But I think what they're going to do is you pay for the game, you get to play duels here and there. Like it'll have like a bunch of things where you got to do, so to speak. And the more you play like random characters and stuff, you get points to open packs in game. Now they might do like a DLC content where spend $5, you get like one of Yugi's special decks or a challenge deck, maybe something like that. Maybe you get like some hidden story. But as far as it goes, one, if they decide to shut down all the other sites and whatnot, it's going to force everybody to play this. But mainly it's because they want to make us play this for like YCS and stuff. They actually did say in their interview that they're hoping to push this so that it can be online tournaments like Remote Duel, since they were popular during the whole pandemic. The other thing, they also want to do like a specialized tournament invitational with that, and it'll be crossplay. I don't know when, but this is so if you can't do remote duels because you don't have a setup, or if you can't go to YCS, this will be the next best thing. Now, my only problem is this. How are you going to like situate the simulator for these tournaments, like Colby said? Because how are you going to have a judge-based ruling if this is a simulator where it's just you and me? Like, what if I did something that aggravated the Mystic Mind play that you came up with? How do we know who gets what? It could just be a stalemate lock and we don't really have a ruling on it.
Yeah.
Or, like, let's say I use a certain card effect like Maria the Fallen one, and you use some where it says I can't use graveyard effects. Well, technically, Maria the Fallen one's effect has to either go through in order for my turn to pass, and on Yugioh Pro, it locked me that entire turn. I couldn't go past my standby phase. So would they be able to rule it out and like ixnay it, or is this like an infinite loop? That's the kind of things that we got to worry about on this, because if an infinite loop does happen, you kind of need a judge to step in. But if they're going to push this as an actual tournament sim, there's going to be a lot of bugs here. Oh, and everybody's going to be holding up the "you need help" card.
I like your thought process on that. And god dang, if it hasn't been a minute since I've heard Marie the Fallen one. Holy crap.
I still run it.
That takes me back. I actually liked that card back in the day. It was pretty cool. Little fallen angel that had that was cool. It was like a burn effect, right? When she was in the graveyard, you take 200.
You gain 200 life while she's in the grave.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, Mystic Mind. Bring it, Cole.
One more thing.
Meutering.
I'm just hoping that everybody gets access to this. I mean, if you buy this game, I'm just hoping that you can get the cards. I feel like you should have paid so much money for digital cards. I'm hoping they don't go that route. And I'm hoping they keep it updated also. That's one of the things that Konami loves to do, especially with their games. They do not update their games after a year or two. So imagine spending like $500 on digital content for them to make a Master Duel 2 so you can buy more cards, digital cards. I'm just hoping that doesn't happen. I mean,
I'm with
hasn't coming out yet.
I'm with you. And I
just speculation.
I think it'll be well thought out. Konami, this is a brilliant business move on their part. They're going to make money. Do you guys know who Yugi Men's is?
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
So I follow Yugi Men's. I subscribe to Yugi Men's on YouTube. Great content creator. I follow him on Instagram, and he posted something that was pretty funny. I don't know if it was a tweet or Instagram, but it's a parody. It's a parody, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Department of Konami. It says, "We've heard many players express concerns about the possibility of microtransactions in our highly anticipated game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. We have taken your feedback very seriously, and we are happy to announce that this upcoming dueling simulator will have no microtransactions whatsoever. Instead, all booster packs inside the game will cost $20 each, and you'll be required to purchase at least one a month. If you fail to do so, you will lose all cards in your collection. We call this innovative new business model, macro transactions. You can mail our Game of the Year award to our headquarters in Tokyo. Thanks in advance." I thought that was hilarious. But he also comments, "Would not be surprised." So one way or another, we're going to end up paying somehow for this. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Online simulator. People aren't going to buy packs if it's free. It's going to be you're going to have to buy, you're going to pay the same amount. My thought process is we're going to pay the same amount for, on a virtual pack that we would normally. Will we be able to buy booster boxes and cases? Maybe. They're going to make their money one way or another. Now, this would be interesting. Remember, we talked about it last week, Joker, where you said, Konami should have like singles available. Maybe this is the way, not Mandalorian. Maybe this is the way they do that.
This is not the way, my brother.
Right? I mean, it would be interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say it's good or bad, but yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless at this point. The speculation is all over the place, but I, for one, am excited about this, to be honest, because
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a universal platform where everybody can play on. You know, like I've had trouble getting EDO Pro on my Mac. I can't get other stuff and whatever it is. But I can get Nexus, but I hate Nexus. So
I got Dual Book.
Yeah, and see, Dual Book is toxic as can be from what I've seen. I haven't played it.
Dual Book is like the original. Yeah. Oh man, I remember when it first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm curious to see what it is. I mean, normally I'm a critic of Konami, but I think this is a smart move on their end because again, it opens up. It's a singular platform, universal platform where so many people can come play the game. If they have tournaments, like you said, Joker, they're going to have to work out a lot of bugs initially. So the beta testing is going to be pretty extensive. And even when it is cleared and they actually launch the game, there's going to be some hiccups. They're going to have to do several patches and updates. It's going to be an ongoing thing that they do. And ruling mistakes are going to happen. Yes, they are going to happen.
And just so anybody decides that if they did say you can pay a certain amount to get like some stuff like currency in the game, I already know people are going to sit here and be like, I'm not going to pay. Ooh, let me put down a 20. Stop it. Play the game.
Oh, no. That's going to happen, guys.
You're going to pay. This is going to be a multi-million-dollar venture for Konami. They know it. Because how do we know it? Because you all are already paying tons of money for cases right now to chase those Starlight Rares. Now what happens? The competitive juicers are going to kick in. Hell, I might even pay. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it at this point. I stopped buying boxes and cards and all that stuff. So maybe I'll do it. I'll pay to play, pay to win.
This is my wallet. Hey. This is Konami. We just hit that thing harder than puberty. Have you lost your damn mind? Give us the money. That's what's going to happen when it comes out.
And make no mistake, guys, we're going to make our money at some point by patenting Have You Lost Your Damn Mind? And all the proceeds are going to go to Joker and some are going to go to charities. Colby, what's on your mind?
Honestly, nothing too much. I'm just kind of thinking of like what could potentially be happening overall with everything kind of coming out and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of debating on if this is kind of the correct step overall with Konami. However, I'm not too certain.
Yeah.
I feel like if they're going to try to remove, as you were saying, all of them, like, Dueling Book, Nexus, whatnot. I feel like they're going to want to keep Dueling Book at the very least because Dueling Book could involve interactive judges. And I think that's what they were using for the remote duels. If I'm not correct, like for the latest by CS.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were using Dueling Book.
Okay.
So I think, if anything, they're going to want to try to keep Dueling Book alive. However, I still think that it should be a thing where kind of keep just keep all of them around. Something may happen, whatnot, whatever it may be. I think that it should just stay around.
Yeah. Interesting take. Prodigy, gotcha. Any final thoughts on this Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel game?
All I gotta say is that Konami is gonna make their money. I mean, if people don't buy the cards, they're definitely gonna buy custom skins or, what should I say, sleeves for their cards. They're gonna buy these mascots that they have on the sides that look pretty cute. I mean, people are gonna be ready to shell out money, guys. So I mean, if you love the game, just get ready to pay. Just get ready to pay, guys.
One way or another. And thank you. That's an interesting point I didn't even think about. You have games like Overwatch and all the other stuff where you're buying skins. I didn't even think about that. Your layout, your playmat, virtual playmat, your virtual sleeves. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
People are gonna make their money.
Definitely.
If I can buy a kunai.
Joker, any final thoughts on this Master Duel?
Well, in all honesty, I agree with what Unfound said. But there's one thing I really want to know. If they're actually going to push this for tournaments, like they're saying,
yeah,
would that mean that we can actually enter in our code, like our Konami code or like use our actual duelist names, because if that's the case, this would actually save time and effort, and we can actually have our deck profiles and everything on there just saved. We could actually just list like a certain amount of decks, be like, all right, this is the deck I want to use for this tournament. I'm this person. And then you could literally have like, all right, guys, here's my YouTube affiliate link. This is the deck I used in this tournament, so on and so forth. It would actually make the game a little bit more organized that way.
I like that.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, seems legit.
Well, maybe this is my ticket back into the competitive scene. Return of El Toro Fuerte, big comeback.
Yeah, my golden Black Panther.
I like that's nice, man. I like that. Yeah, I haven't seen that before. So, all right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. A couple things I forgot to mention earlier. Rusty Afterworld, amazing game. They're doing a little promotion, so follow them on Instagram. They're doing a little promotion because they're actually coming out with their next Kickstarter. So definitely give them a follow, send them your email address, sign up with them, and I think you become eligible to get a promotional card when they do launch their next Kickstarter. So you better believe I'm going to be taking advantage of that. I already signed up for that promo card, but I will be buying that when it comes out. Guys, yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. Sorry, not sorry. Unfound Prodigy. Where can the viewers and listeners find and interact with you?
Guys, you already know, on YouTube, Unfound Prodigy, Instagram, Unfound Prodigy, and Twitter, Prodigy_Unfound. And of course, the one and only Undisputed Combo Podcast with the guys.
The best podcast, God tier podcast. Colby, where can the viewers and listeners find and interact with you?
You find me under the same channel, Team Fuerte Gaming, or TDC_YGO on Instagram.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, our friend, the amazing Shadowhaunt Joker, the best.
You're not going to find me in any market watch areas. I tell you that. Now that I'm revealing all the secrets. But you can find me at Shadowhaunt Joker on YouTube and Twitter, Silver-Eyed Poet on Instagram, the Undisputed Combo Podcast, and if you keep on, you'll find me at your locals, winning big with the Digimon.
That's right. He wants you to bring the challenge the best. Prodigy's got the best Evil Twins deck, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, let me shout out one more person. I didn't get my shout outs in.
Yes.
King Kaiba on Instagram, who's not part of the Super Meta Bros. We do with his Evil Twin variant, but with Eldritch. No, it's pretty cool. Just want to shout him out. Thanks for doing me, King Kaiba.
Nice. Yes, I did hear about that. King Kaiba, I know that you had liked a bunch of my posts on Instagram, and I totally spaced. I usually do the story post where I say thank you and tell people to follow. I do apologize if you guys follow King Kaiba on Instagram. The Super Meta Bros are amazing. They have great content, just tons of energy, positive energy. That's what we're all about. Having fun, staying positive, enjoying the game.
And thank you, Retro Picasso.
Retro Picasso, yes. Retro Picasso was awesome. Shout out to Retro Picasso. He's actually be doing a podcast as well soon. So good luck with that. You can definitely believe we will support you on that. Any more thoughts? Anything else you guys want to throw out there? Because I know the ideas are coming to me. I feel like rug from the roots. I got all these ideas. So, yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you again. The El Toro Fuerte, Team Fuerte Gaming, the Undisputed Combo Podcast, the _El Toro Fuerte on Instagram. Don't bother with Twitter. I'm a ghost. I'm an observer. That's all I am. So interact with these individuals here. Follow them. Subscribe to their channels. They do create great content. It's only getting better. Some would say it's the best content. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. I really appreciate it. These guys appreciate it. We look forward to bringing you only the best content in the future. Keywords. So we will see you all next week.